happiest nights we ever had.
And I don't know where y'all spent your last week. I spent mine in a combine. And because we call this in home harvest season. And my world becomes about planting season, about spraying season, about harvest season, about sowing season, and so on and so forth. And it is easy, if I'm being honest, to live from season to season and let the moments escape me. The charge and the challenge to each of us today, and especially the two of you, is to make sure that you go through life not living from season to season, but living thinking about each moment of your life.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Megan, Ashtyn's little sister. After Ashtyn told me I was her maid of honor, I voiced to her that I had absolutely no idea how to write this speech. Ash, trying to be helpful, sent me a picture from Pinterest. That picture was wedding tips number 14. Maid of honor speech writing points. Being stubborn, I thought there's no way I am using this outline. Well, I procrastinated, so I used it. Number 3. What does the bride mean to you? Quite frankly, she means everything to me. My sister has always been my designated babysitter, therapist, my even chauffeur, but most of all, she's been my best friend and my role model. Wedding tip number 6, funny stories or moments about the groom. Paden, I know I mess with you constantly, but today I'll try to be serious. I'll admit the first time I met you, I had my doubts. You seemed a bit too short for my liking. But at the end of the night, when my sister was smiling and telling me all about you, I thought to myself, all right, this guy could work. I truly believe the only thing better than the romance you have with my sister is the bromance you share with my dad.
So Dana and I met Paden several times while Ashtyn and him were dating in Emporia. We quickly realized things were more serious than they led on to believe. So I start hearing some boo-hooing about Paden graduates. He's moving to San Antonio to accept a job. I'm thinking, graduation, job, this kid's got it together. I mean, I didn't care if he had to move. So I overhear a conversation between Dana and Ashtyn. Ashtyn says, am I really moving to San Antonio? Dana says, can you imagine living without him? Ashtyn replies, I cannot. So now, I'm not a fan of Paden.
One thing you all didn't know is Ashtyn was one of the first people with signs of COVID because she didn't have any taste, clearly. What is going on? Before we toast the happy couple, Paden, put your right hand on top of Ashtyn's. That's the last time you'll ever have the upper hand, bud.
Paden Bradley, I can't begin to describe how blessed and honored I feel to be the one you chose to go through life with you. When our relationship was in the process of turning into a permanent one, I remember telling my friends that I had never felt so comfortable and so myself in any other relationship.
We are at the single greatest moment of our lives in our relationship. I have been thinking about seeing you in this white dress for so long. I know you will look more beautiful than I can imagine. I'm so ready to marry you in front of all our friends and family to see you walk down the aisle. There will be no doubt in my mind that I am the luckiest guy in the world. I believe our circumstances of meeting and dating were so extremely rare that I know God wanted us to be together. From you transferring from K-State and me taking a position in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, it has all led to today. I will always be grateful for that little bar in Emporia where I fell in love with the blonde-haired, blue-eyed bartender.
So why do we need to live in moments instead of seasons? The Lord gave us seasons. We have 4 seasons here in Kansas or back home in Illinois, and seasons just become a way of life. But we need to live by the moments because there are no guarantees. I noticed at your memorial table or your tribute table last night, and I was asking questions, who's the beautiful young man in the middle? You know, Tucker Lee would want to be here. You know, great-grandpa Rod would want to be here. And they would tell you, life goes fast. They would tell you, don't blink. They would tell you, forget the seasons, live for the moment. That is my charge for you today, to live every moment to its fullest. make time for one another.
I vow to always kiss you when you come home and ask how your day was.
I vow to hold you close and protect you from all your fears. I vow to love you more than the day before and until God takes me home.
I don't make many decisions quick, but I can confidently say that deciding on us was the easiest and best decision of my life. I love you so stinking much. Love, Ashtyn.
I love you now and I will love you forever. Now can we please get married? Love your husband in about 3 hours. Paden Bradley Eveland.
Wedding tip number 5, how you know the groom was meant for the bride. There were 2 instances where I saw with my own eyes that I knew Paden was meant for my sister. The first was at Ashtyn's graduation party. Paden couldn't be there due to his new job in Texas, and that caught the eyes of someone very important that couldn't be here today, our great-grandpa Rod. He asked Ashtyn where Paden was, and when she told him, he smiled and said that she had nothing to worry about, that they had the rest of their lives together. Grandpa Rod then said something I don't think I'll ever forget. He said that Paden looked at Ashtyn the way that he used to look at our grandma Zelma, who had been gone for several years. To have a love so true and so beautiful that he compared it to his own. It was beautiful to see.
It has been a great pleasure for Dana and I to see a daughter find the one she was meant to be with, and to build this relationship to this very moment. I could not be more proud, but if I could change one thing, I would change the clock back to that little hospital and Clay Center. We'd do this all over again.
Katie Poo. Hi.
So please, raise your glasses high to Ashtyn and Paden Eveland.